This is the 4.1, 4.2 guided practice. Going to be doing the odds, and it's a practice on the graphing method and the substitution method. So first we have some graphing to do. Remember that you got to get it in the y equals format. So lucky for us, the first three are right in there. So all we got to do is graph those. Now remember, these are all odds. So the first one, I have y equals x plus 3. So the x plus 3 to go to that 3 right there. And then my slope is 1 over 1. So it's positive 1 to the right 1, positive 1 to the right 1. Let me just do this to make it easier. And then I can just draw my line through that. And that's my first line. Then the second one is negative 4x minus 2, so I go to negative 2, and I just put my first dot there. Slope is negative 4 over 1, so I go down 4 and to the right 1. So there can be a spot there, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my spot would be right there. And then my last one would be probably about right there. Draw my line, and then where do these two intersect? That would be this line right here. So that would be negative 1, positive 2. All right, on 3, both are in y equals format. So the first one is plus 4 for the y-intercept. And then it's 7 over 1. So I can't go the other, my first point would be like 7, 1, which would be like up here. But I can do negative 7, negative 1. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there would be your second point. So I would just draw a line between these 2 points here. And then my second equation is x minus 2. So minus 2 is my y-intercept. And then it's just 1 over 1. So I would have here all the way up. But then I got to go the other way too. So there, there, and there. Draw my line, and then where they intersect is our answer, which would be right there. So it'd be a negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So negative 1, negative 3 is your final answer. For number 5, first one, plus 4, and then it's a negative 1 over 1. So I go down 1 to the right 1. Each time. And I draw my line. Then the second equation starts at negative 2. And it's 5 over 1 for the slope. So I go up 5 to the right 1. And that would be on this point right there. And then I can't fit any other ones on the graph, so I'll just put it in between those two like that. And then where they meet up is right here. So that'd be 1 and then positive 3. So we're good to go on the answer key so far. Then number 7. 7 looks a little tricky because it's got a fraction in there, but I'm assuming that if we're able to, first off, we need to realize we got to get y all by itself, so I'm going to have to divide by 4/5. So 4/5 is 0.8 if you want to do it in decimals. So if I divided that, it would be y is equal to 0.8x minus, and then 36 divided by 5, 7.2 divided by 0.8 is 9. So we'd have, actually it'd be, for this x right here, it'd be 1 over 0.8x. So we'll have to see where they end up being together. But then also we got to do this equation right here. So I need to get that all by itself. So first thing I need to do is I need to get y to one side. So I'm going to minus 8y to each side. Okay. Then I'll have 72 plus negative 10x is going to be equal to negative 8y. Then I have to divide by a negative 8 for everything. And that's going to give me 10 divided by 0.8. Well, not 0.8. 10 divided by negative 10 divided by negative 8 is 1.25, which would be the same thing as the other one. And then 72 divided by 8 would be negative 9 plus 1.25 is equal to y. So if I rewrite that, it'd be y is equal to 1.25x and then minus 9. So if you look back at this equation, 1 over 0.8x is 1.25, right? So I can rewrite that as y is equal to 1.25x, and then just move this up, minus 9. You see it's the same line. So you could plot that line, and then it would just be infinite many solutions, because it's the same line. All right, so for each system by substitution. So always make sure you're looking for the easier equation. So I see that this one's already in y equals form. So I'm going to take this y, I'm going to plug it in right there. So when I rewrite it, it'll be 2x minus 4, and then I'll have to put a parentheses. And I'll have a negative 5x minus 11. And that's going to be equal to negative 22. So I'll distribute these. So I'll have 2x minus, actually it'll be plus because it's two negatives, but it'll be plus 20x. And then plus 44 is equal to negative 22. Combine like terms. 22x plus 44 is equal to negative 22. I'll minus the 44, so 22 minus 44 is equal to negative 22. So 22x is equal to negative 22. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Sorry. Not negative 22 minus. So negative 22 minus 44 is equal to 66. So it'd be negative 66. Just get rid of that. So then I'll divide each side by, or I'll divide a negative 66 divided by 22. It's going to give me a negative 3. So my x is going to be equal to negative 3. So then once I have that, what I need to do is I need to find my y. So I go back to the original two equations, and I can take either one of these. This one looks much easier, so I'm going to do that one. I'm going to plug x in there. Negative 3 right there. So that would be y is equal to negative 5 times negative 3 is going to be 15 minus 11, and then 15 minus 11, so y is going to be equal to 4. So my final answer is going to be negative 3, 4. Check my answer key, negative 3, 4, we're good to go. And then 11, we got lucky, this one's already in y equals, so I'm going to take this y equals, I'm going to put it in for y in the other equation. So when I rewrite it, it'll be negative x plus 3 times parentheses 2x minus 4 equals negative 7. Negative x plus 6x minus 12 is equal to negative 7. Combine like terms and I get 5x minus 12 is equal to negative 7. Then I'm going to add 12 to each side, so negative 7 plus 12 is going to give me 5. So 5x is going to be equal to a positive 5. So x is going to be equal to, not 5, 1. Okay, so I'm going to take this x, I'm going to plug it into this equation because it looks easier. So I'll have y is equal to 2 times our x, which is 1, minus 4. So it'll be y equals 2 minus 4. So y equals negative 2. So my final answer is going to be 1, negative 2. All right, a couple more and we're done. All right, so this one I see would probably be the easiest if I just added 5y in the bottom equation, because that would give me x. It's just one step, so x is equal to 5y plus 16. So then I gotta take this and plug it into the second one. So I have a negative 2, parentheses, 5y plus 16, and then I have plus 10y equals to negative 32. So that'd be negative 10y minus 32 plus 10y is equal to negative 32. So what we have here is we gotta combine like terms, right? So I'm gonna have this and this cross out. So I'm gonna have negative 32 is equal to negative 32. Now, when you're here, there's no variables, you have to ask yourself, does this make sense? Does negative 32 equal negative 32? And since it's a yes, it would be infinite many solutions. All right, 50. Huang School is selling tickets to the annual dance competition. On the first day of ticket sales, school sold 10 senior citizens tickets and 12 senior citizen tickets for $176. The school took in 158 on the second day by selling 10 senior citizen tickets and 6 student tickets. Write a system of equations. You do not need to solve the system. So all we're doing is writing 2 equations. So I see that there's a first day and that there's the second day. So the equation for the first day would, let's just get our variables, right? X equals and y equals. X equals senior citizens tickets and y equals student tickets. So for the first equation, I have 10, and then times the price of the senior citizen tickets, so it'd be 10x. Then I have plus, and I have my second variable is student tickets, so 12 student tickets times y for the price of that, and that's going to be equal to 176. And then the school took in $158, so there's 158 on the second day. And they sold 10 senior tickets. And then also 6 student tickets. So there is your system of equations. There's your 2 equations that you need to set up, but you do not need to solve for these 2. Let me check our answer real quick, and we're good to go. All right, if you need anything, as always, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, stop by or see the math lab. Have a good one.